Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into 5 reasons why you need to get into American Single Malts time now, or at least give them a try. I'll settle for you giving them a try. But before we do that, please do me that favor. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps us out a ton, and we seriously appreciate the support. But let's get into today's video. So today, we are talking about 5 reasons why, you need to get into American Single Malts. Maybe give American Single Malts a try. And there's so many more than just 5 reasons, but these are the 5 main reasons I think you need to give American Single Malts a try. It's the future, baby. It's the future. So get with it. And to kick this video off, number one, which is going to be, pretty lame, but also, it's a very valid reason. They're freaking good. It's honestly my favorite subsection of American whiskey now, and I absolutely love the heck out of them. The flavor profiles are amazing. They taste phenomenal. There's new stuff every day, and I just think overall, it's really good whiskey. But then getting into some actual real reasons why you need to give it a try, which is, I think it's the future. It's a growing subsection of American whiskey. It's probably the biggest growing that wasn't already a big boom. Like bourbon, obviously it's having its boom, it's growing, but I do think American Single Malt is growing at the fastest rate compared to how many there used to be to how many distilleries that are making American Single Malts are now. I personally, honestly do think that American Single Malts are going to be the future of American whiskey. I don't really have anything other than just a gut feeling. I don't really have reasons why I think that's the future outside of it's growing, it's really good, and I think American Single Malt is here to stay. But now getting into something that's kind of more flavor oriented, they're getting better. With them booming, I think American Single Malts are getting better. And like I said, I think it's the future. So I think now, a few years ago, I don't think I really had very many good American Single Malts that I truly enjoyed. Now I'm starting to find a lot that I'm really, really enjoying. And I'm excited for the future to kind of see how much better they can get. I think because American Single Malts as a whole is pretty much a craft-centric growth structure. A lot of the growth coming from the American Single Malt industry isn't coming from those big name brands. Outside of, I guess, Jack Daniels is now starting to do that, but not a lot of big brands are currently working in the whole American Single Malt subsection. They're not really focusing on that. Jack Daniels, I guess Brown-Forman kind of has it because they have Woodford malt, but I don't think that's not really technically an American Single Malt. It's not really great if we're being completely honest. It's been a while since I've had that, but I didn't really remember caring for it. But like I said, honestly, I just think that they are just going to get better and better and better as the subsection grows. Craft distilleries learn how to hone their craft in better. I think American Single Malts are going to be the future, and I think they're only going to get better and better as time goes on, because right now we're starting to see really, really good 6-year-old around their American Single Malts, and I'm excited to start seeing 10-year-old, maybe even 12-year-old, 15-year-old. I'm excited to see what that looks like in the American Single Malt subsection, because we've never freaking seen that, So I'm excited to see that. And then after that, one that kind of has an aging impact concept to it. We're not going to see a shortage of American Single Malts. Let me explain that a little bit. So right now, we're starting to see the start of a lack of brand new white oak American barrels, which that has a problem for bourbon. Bourbon requires those kinds of barrels, and they need to be brand new charred American white oak barrels or whatever the heck, where American Single Malts, they don't need that, at least not to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but they could use second fill ex-bourbon barrels to make their American Single Malts, just like we do in Scotland and Ireland and all that jazz. Everyone uses ex-bourbon barrels for a lot of aging. And I think that's going to be really, really cool because we're not going to see a shortage in those. Like it's getting harder and harder for bourbon manufacturers to find brand new bourbon barrels that aren't like overly like priced out. And I think, we're not going to see a shortage because of that. And with not seeing a shortage because of that, I really don't think we're going to see a huge boom in price in the product because of that, compared to, I think bourbon in the future is going to skyrocket with a lack of brand new barrels being able to be made into bourbon barrels. We're going to see a rise in the price of bourbon, I think, because it's a scarcity. I mean, when you have a great product that becomes limited and the want for that product becomes more than that product exists, you're going to see a rise in profit, or a rise in perceived value, at least. It might not fetch that value, but there's going to be some sort of scarcity. So you're going to see a higher price tag on that. I mean, look at all the Buffalo Trace BTAC, MSRP $100, on the web $1,000, 10 times the actual price it should be. Why is that? It's scarcity. So I think bourbon is going to get more expensive because it's going to become a little bit more scarce. Do I think it's going to become super scarce? No, not really, but I think it's going to have an abnormally higher growth rate of value like it has been over the last few years because of this, possible bourbon barrel shortage. And then after that one, my final reason I think you should give American Single Malts a try is because I think the flavor variance is the highest out of any of the, American whiskey subsections. I think there's a huge, because so bourbon, I feel like you're limited to like, this is what a bourbon's going to taste like. You maybe finish it a little bit, but then I don't think technically it's considered bourbon anymore. It's finished like a finished bourbon or whatever the heck. Where American Single Malts, you could do all sorts of things. I've had mesquite smoked, I've had finished malts, I've had non-finished malts, I've had ones with weird malts like chocolatey malt in there that makes it like super chocolatey. I've had ones that are sherry finish and peated finish, which are just phenomenal. And so I think there's a higher variance in the kinds of flavor profiles you're going to get on a American Single Malt compared to the biggest American subsection of whiskey, which is bourbon. I think bourbon and rye, they have smaller flavor variances compared to American Single Malts. And with having a higher flavor variance, I think there's a higher chance that you're going to find a product inside that realm that you like, because with more flavor possibilities, there's a higher possibility that you're going to find a flavor in that subsection that you're going to like. So those are the reasons I think you need to give American Single Malt a try. There's a boatload of other reasons, support your local craft distilleries, because again, it's very craft centric. There's a bunch of different reasons why you need to give American Single Malt a try, but those are just 5 of my reasons. Let me know down below what you guys thought of today's video. Also, if you have any other reasons you think other people should try American Single Malts, let me know down below. Also, like, comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. The links for all that stuff are down there below as well. That is a wrap for today's video. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.